YouTube, Kiko here. Sitting here with my buddy, and we had a conversation the other day. We were just talking about like Second Amendment rights. I don't think we went into in depth about it. We were just talking about how we feel about carrying, what we carry, inside, outside, waistband, and so I figured it'd be a good opportunity to get a video in and just kind of get other people's views on different shit. So you guys know how I feel about being able to carry. I would carry with me every day of my life if I could. Inside the waistband, obviously, I think the only time I ever carry outside the waistband is at the range, or if I'm out in the field just hunting or jacking off. Not jacking off in the woods, but you know what I'm talking about. And I carry just because I want to be able to protect my family. And there's a lot of people that a lot of people see it the same way. They want to just be able to protect their family, and they want to be able to protect their friends. They want to, if some shit happens, I don't think it matters who it is. If I see someone on the road that's being held at gunpoint, or if I'm in a store and it's getting robbed, I feel the obligation that if I'm carrying as a permitted gun permit holder, I feel obligated to help in certain situations. And so I just felt like I wanted to get some other opinions on video and post that up. Obviously, these are strictly opinions. There's nothing professional. I'm not claiming to be an expert. So take it as you will. So about you, how do you feel about being able to carry and all that stuff?
Well, I carry when when I can. I don't know. I feel like the local area around where I live, I have a little bit of trust, but I guess not always. You know what I mean? But that's just the thing, dude. Is I don't trust people.
Yeah.
You know, and therefore I want to be able to protect what's most precious and dearest to me. And we have that right. With the Second Amendment, we have the right to bear arms, and that is our right. So I took it upon myself to go get my education and get my card that says that, hey, I can carry concealed,
Yeah.
And and abide by the laws, do it right. But I can do it, and I think that we should do it,
Yeah. And I think that's real important with getting your education. Like, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can go down, take a class, get their permit, and feel like they're so righteous they carry around. I see it quite a bit where I'm from, where high schoolers, they turn 18, they feel like, hey, I'm gonna go get my permit and carry around just because I can, and not take it upon themselves to get any type of education, any type of like skills. They don't train, they don't go to the range, they don't read into shit, they don't read bills, and I think that's actually real important that if you are serious about wanting to carry and serious about having the right to bear arms and all that stuff, then you should educate yourself.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's different rules in different states. In Tennessee, I know I've told you before, you don't have to have a permit to open carry.
Right.
You just have to have a permit to conceal carry, and I think that's pretty standard in a lot of states. I know they're starting to do the constitutional carry thing and stuff like that. So I guess it really just depends on learning your local laws and
Right.
finding out what's going on. But
And I think that I don't know. I'm from Utah, so the laws in Utah have changed, in the past couple years, which I think they're going in a good direction. We can conceal on our person, but our person they extended it, to like our vehicles and our homes and stuff like that, and so that's one cool thing, because I feel like I feel like they understand, like they're giving us a chance. You know what I mean? It's kind of like and that's the whole thing with the Second Amendment. Like, the people that founded our country made the Second Amendment for a reason. They had some sort of purpose to make the Second Amendment, where we the people can defend ourselves, obviously, from the crazies out there, Donald Trump, the crazies, but we can we can defend on what's ours and ourselves from I don't know, you want to get crazy like big government, or whatever, but they knew they knew because of what they came from and what they had, had done to them, why they needed that. And I kind of think about it. I was thinking about it today. We have our Constitution. The First Amendment, Second Amendment, blah blah blah. Keep going. And it's the Second Amendment.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's not.
It was right at the top.
It was right at the top.
Yep.
First Amendment, freedom of religion. You know what I mean? And I think that was one of the biggest reasons that they ran from the king.
Yep.
And got separated. Yep. Obviously, the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. So it had to have been that important to them.
Yeah.
All those men got together and they decided that they were going to make this Constitution for a free people, and they decided that this is the second most important thing. Essentially, I kind of had that thought in my mind. The second most important thing that they deliberated about to put on the Constitution was the right to bear arms. So you think about it, you're like, it must have been important to them to have that right, that freedom. So.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they then did that, so that us now can still have that, and hopefully the crazies don't get it taken away from us.
Over the last few days, we were reading about this shooting in Chattanooga, the 4 Marines and the 1 sailor that were killed.
So this is my look on it, man. So government, for some reason, feels like they have to be like the big brother to protect everybody, right? Well, they can't be everywhere. And not only that, but as a military member, you are big government.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So why the hell do they not have their firearm on them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're in the desert. We're maintainers. We're in the desert for 6 months, and we carry, what we kind of joke about is a paperweight around. We carry it with us constantly. You know what I mean? And we can't leave it out of our sight. You know. But then we come home and we don't even get I mean, as a recruiter, you're sitting behind a desk, give them a sidearm. You know what I mean? You can't. I've never understood that. That's you.
Yeah.
I've never understood why we can't carry, because this is the thing, man. You read about shootings, and you have this person walked into this place and killed 15 or killed 12. You know what I mean? You walk into a theater and you kill 30. You know what I mean? One person. If there was one person that was carrying and put a bullet in there, you know what I mean? 15 might have went down to 12, you know what I mean? 12 might have been down to 4, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe none, you know what I mean? If you catch that person before they have a chance to open fire, you know what I'm saying? You use your judgment, obviously, as everybody would, but if a dude pulls up a weapon and is pointing it at my family, I guarantee you I'm going to get mine out as fast as I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is there are crazies out there, and those are the people, like I said before, I don't trust. You know what I mean? And so I feel like I want to give my family a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was 3 different directions. As you were talking, I was just thinking 3 different directions I want to go to. The first direction I was going to get was that I believe there's now 6 states that the governors have authorized the arming of Guards troops.
Yeah.
That is a huge step. That's a huge step for military members on installations and recruiting offices to be able to to be able to wear it.
Yeah.
And I think if it keeps going like that, I don't know that there's going to be a change suddenly for active duty members, but I'm glad that there's a small step like that for the Guardsmen. Yeah, the second thing I was going to get at was, I don't remember what I was going to get with that. It had to do with trust, like you said, trust. Like, if I'm in some place new, I'm going to carry it with me. When I moved to New Mexico, the first thing I got was my new XD9 Mod 2, and I wanted to carry with me because I wasn't comfortable with the area, and I think that's important. Like, if you don't feel comfortable in a certain area and you want to carry. I got comfortable with the area, but I still carry just because I want to be prepared just in case some shit happens. So I think it's important. And it kind of goes back to the training. You got to train for different scenarios. You got to train for different areas, and I just want to, like you said, I want to protect what's nearest and dearest to me is my family, and if it means carrying all the time, if it means having on me all the time, then so be it. There was an instance at Walmart that I think I told you about that, how I had that "Show Me Your T-Rex" shirt.
Oh yeah.
Well, they I had a "Show Me Your T-Rex" shirt. It was a gag shirt I got from Spencer's, and it was really for the kids. It's a green one. It says "Show Me Your T-Rex," and you flip the shirt inside out, and on the inside it has a T-Rex head. I have another one that says "Secretly I'm a Ninja," and you flip it up and it has a ninja eyes. Well, there was an elderly couple that was in line with me. They were talking to my daughter. They were just talking back and forth, and he was, he just loves kids. He misses his grandkids and stuff like that. And 10, 15 minutes into the conversation, he asked me, "Hey, I'm going to ask you about your T-Rex." So I flipped my shirt up, and obviously I was carrying. It was inside the waistband, and I guess one of the ladies at Walmart saw me. She came up to me, and real quietly, she's like, "Sir, do you have a firearm on you?" I was like, "Yes." And she proceeded to say that Walmart's supposed to be a safe zone. We're not supposed to have firearms in there. First thing I said was, I didn't see a no gun sign on the door, anything like that. If you talk to your manager and she says that we're not supposed to have firearms here, I'll gladly go put it in my car. I didn't want to be disrespectful. I didn't want to be confrontational. So she went and got her manager, and then her manager came out and said that, she said, as long as you have your permit, then you're fine. So obviously I've showed her my permit, and she said I'm fine. But you can't be afraid to speak up. Like if people are uncomfortable, try to be as respectful and unconfrontational as possible. Don't try to be a fucking dickhead, pull it out, wave it around, or open carry. That's why I don't open carry.
Yeah.
It's because I don't want people to feel uncomfortable, and well,
it's not the purpose. That's not the purpose.
Yeah, that's not the purpose. Exactly, and that's not the purpose. You don't want to I don't want to flaunt it around. Mm-hmm. I want to be as low profile as possible. I don't want people to be like.
Well, not only that, but you don't want to be made an example.
Yeah.
You're carrying it. You're standing in the aisle in Walmart, and you're carrying it on your side, and you don't have you're not in uniform. Yeah. You don't have a badge on. So this mother of three that wanted to turn down that aisle and decided not to, and then got to the other aisle and whipped her phone out and called. You know what I mean? And starts freaking out.
That actually happened in the town I'm from. Is that there was a guy walking into Walmart. He had an open carry. There was a guy there that thought that he wasn't supposed to have it. Tackled him. Took his gun from him. Disarmed him. Someone called the cops. Turns out the guy that tackled the other guy got arrested for not obstruction of justice, but like assault, because the guy had all his papers. He had his permit. He had everything he was supposed to have.
Yep.
And
see, this is another thing too. This is why I conceal. Is because say you are in Walmart, right, and you're walking down the aisle, and you're carrying, outside the waistband, even if it kind of is bulgy, but you've got your shirt over it, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you try to conceal it well, and the reason being is because say we'll just call him Jack the Reaper, okay? Say this asshole wants to come in and shoot it up, and he is premeditated, and he's gonna come in and do some recon. Well, he notices that there's a dude in there with a sidearm on his side, you know what I mean? So, guess who just became a part of his raid, He's gonna make sure he knows where you are, and he's gonna make sure he takes you first. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody knowing I'm concealed. I don't want anybody to know that I have that on me, As a matter of fact, I have my brother-in-law, he wears a small little pistol on his ankle quite a bit, because he's like, from the waist up, a lot of people look at you from the waist up, and they see a bulge, they're going to be like, oh, he's got to have a weapon on him, he doesn't just have a cancerous tumor on his hip, you know what I'm saying? So he carries, a lot of times he carries on his ankle, and I'm like, okay, well, you're not going to be able to drop from your ankle very fast. He says, dude, if somebody starts shooting, if they're not directly right in front of me, first thing I'm going to do is find cover, you know what I mean, and then I can pull it out. But so he's like, that's exactly the point, is it's not the purpose to be able to flaunt it and show it around. I don't want anybody to know I have it, you know what I mean? If some dude thinks that he wants to come in and do some recon so he can maximize his damage, I don't want to be a part of his damage, you know what I mean? So I don't want him to know that I have it. I don't want little Miss Jane with her 3 kids to know that I have it and call the cops and me get tackled on my face for no reason, for being a law-abiding citizen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want those things I don't want to be made an example of,
Yeah.
so I don't, that's one of the biggest reasons why I conceal, why I went and got my concealed carry permit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't really like, I don't know, talking about like caliber, I carry a 9mm, but I even am thinking about going smaller, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm not looking to kill somebody.
Yeah.
I'm
So
looking to
stop
protect
someone.
myself,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? To protect me and protect my family. If I can put a bullet in somebody, it doesn't really have to be that big a bullet, because I just want to give myself somewhat of a fighting chance,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't need to blow somebody away, you know?
Yeah, the first gun I owned was a Ruger LCP, which is a little 380. Tiny little gun, really easily concealable, and it did the job. You go to the range, practice with it. I'm sure a few well-placed rounds will stop a target. There's a lot of debate on caliber. A lot of people say 380 ain't gonna stop anybody. I disagree with that, because if you have a few well-placed rounds, you'll be fine. Now, granted, it's gonna be different with each situation. Obviously, if you're wrestling around or people are moving, it's gonna be harder to put targets or put a round in a certain target. But that's a debate for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I completely agree. Carry 9 inside the waistband. And what's cool about mine is that like my holster sits right behind my fucking left handle, so you can, like, if you turn, you can barely see it. You might be able to see the handle stick out, just a fucking cunt hair, but it's pretty easily concealable because it fits right down into my pants. So it works out. That's about it. Anything else?
I think we hit everything.
Cool. Alright guys, so like I said, this is just was a discussion that we had the other day that I thought would be a good idea to get on camera, and just wanted to get some more opinions other than my own. If you guys have any questions, comments, complaints, concerns, leave them in the comment box below, and we'll see you guys another day. Take care, stay safe, keep loud.